What's up, YouTube? This is Modoc Bass Reaper coming at you with another video. Today I'll be unboxing my knife from last week, but also comparing it to another product that it's similar to, and I'll get to that in a minute. But also be sure to stay tuned for the next video after this. Will be on the two knives I got last month. And one is in the original box. The other one, I don't have the box, but I do have I kept and cut thin like a paper sheet. It's the cardboard, but when I peeled it off the back of the box, it came off like a thin sheet of paper. It'll tell you all the specs on that knife, but the other one is still in its original box because I kept the box. Anyway, and if you're new to this channel, I like doing reviews on different content and whatnot. Expanding my channel of doing reviews and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this channel, and welcome to my channel. And for those that's been with me since the beginning, since my original channel, my other channel, I hope y'all doing okay out there. Now let's get to the video. I don't like to ramble on, so let's jump to it. So today I'm going to be doing a video. This is the Byrd knife, and then on the back here, you probably see it better on the green side. I don't know, I can't really see it. I think the screen is a little dark, like I turned the brightness down a little bit, but it says designed and produced by Spyderco Incorporated, Golden, Colorado, USA, made in China. And on the back here it says that this knife, high performance stainless steel blade, refined handle ergonomics, if I said that word right. If I didn't, correct me if I mispronounced it. I like to be corrected than to look like him, you know. I admit, as I get older, by the way, if I'm wrong about something, feel free to correct me. Now, when I was younger, I hated when people tried to correct me. But anyway, ambidextrous one-hand opening, versatile pocket carry clip, most models, and designed by Spyderco Incorporated. So that's what the box. I like how that design is like a foil, look like a bird wing almost. And inside is the almost like a padding, a felt, that's the word I was looking for, felt padding. And set the box over there, and this is what is inside. Is the Meadowlark 2, or Byrd Meadowlark 2, and we open it. Oh, almost dropped it. I'm still getting used to the hole on here. It's not quite round. It looks like bird shaped, like what's on the box. And that's the blade. I like that shape. It's just like a Spyderco. Byrd is basically a Spyderco's budget knife series, basically. For people that's on a budget and would love to have a Spyderco, but doesn't have the money to actually buy a Spyderco, or maybe they just prefer to have a Byrd knife for everyday use. That way, if they lose it or anything, you're not out of a bunch of money. Usually when I go outdoors, I use my cheaper knives, yet reliable, because I got some knives that are reliable. For example, before we go any further, since bringing the topic up, for example, this is a very reliable knife that I used to use at my lumberyard job, working at the lumberyard I worked at. This cost me 18 bucks. It's a Camellus titanium. This is the LK6 model. That's the model. And I like the way it's not that big, but it's sharp. It gets the job done. I used to use this to cut plastic bands that keeps the lumber band into a bundle. Sometimes we use plastic and sometimes we use metal bands that you, well, have to use a certain cutting tool to cut the metal. We had scissors that's meant for that. So, not all cheap knives are junk, because that thing has basically, that knife right there never let me down, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So this would be great for somebody that doesn't want to lose a very expensive or nice Spyderco. But in my point of view, whenever I'm on the boat fishing with my uncle, I use a more like budget knife, because if it falls overboard, I don't want to be out of $200, if you will. Now, if I'm fishing on the bank, on land, I don't mind using my good knives, because if I drop it on the ground, big deal. I can pick it up off the ground. But when I go fishing on the boat, I use something that's reliable, but yet not very expensive, if you will. So this knife is good. It's made out of polymer, as I think it said that. Well, it said refined handle ergonomics. So that's the Byrd. So, as we wrap up this video, we're going to compare it to the Tenacious G10 scale. This is G10 handle grip. If you noticed how it's similar to blade shape, is because Spydercos are known to have that wedge shaped blade like that. Or as they say, somewhere I read that would be a comet style. C-O-M-E-T, comet. I had to correct myself there for a second. Style blade is what they call it. This is one of my favorites right here. I only own two. Spyderco like I said, Byrd is still a Spyderco product. It was designed by Spyderco Incorporated, which makes Spyderco knives. As you can see, this is Spyderco because the logo right there, the bug logo. So, what do I think is that these two knives are pretty decent. This would be great for everyday use. For those people on a budget and wants something similar to a Spyderco, get a Byrd knife. Byrd also makes the C.A.R. Byrd C.A.R. C.A.R. No, C.A.R. C.A.R.A. C.A.R.A. So C.A.R. Or yeah, C.A.R. Bear with me here. I'm trying not to make this video too long. So, what do I think? These are two nice knives. They're both made in China because this Spyderco is more on the steel would be considered budget end, because I've seen some Spyderco knives that's cost $200-300. This one cost me $75, something like that. And even then, this, consider it's a Spyderco, it would still be considered on the budget friendly end, you know, wallet friendly, if you will. Because $70 is not that expensive to me as a knife collector. As opposed to this was $38, 37, 38, give or take. Well, with taxes to have it shipped from Bass Pro was $42 actually. And I'm going to be using this a lot. I'm going to put it to use and put some wear on it. See, that's the thing as a knife collector. I like to use my knives. That way, 5 years from now, I can say, this knife has seen action. It doesn't just sit in the drawer or just sit around collecting dust and, oh, I've never used that knife before. I like putting my knives through wear. I like putting my knife through working conditions, you know, everyday carry. Use it what it's designed for, to cut things. You know, there's some knife collectors out there that will collect knives but never use that knife for what it's intended for. Oh, I just bought that knife just to add it to my collection. I'm not really ever going to use it. You know, and then you have people like me, depending on the situation, depends on which knife I'm going to carry that day, or depending, like, for everyday carry, I would carry something like this on my pocket, inside my pocket, clipped inside my pocket clip. But for example, if I'm going outdoors somewhere and like to have, because sometimes I'd like to carry a knife, a neck knife underneath my shirt so I can, for self-defense purpose, or for just the fact that I just need a very easy accessible knife. And this is a good knife for like camping and all that, if you will. And then fixed blades are good for camping too, or survival purpose. I mean, y'all have seen these knives before, but to let you know the type of knife collector I am and the knife guy, enthusiast as I am, if you want to call it that, is this knife would be perfect for, like, when I went camping, I used this, I carried this on my hip. This is also, again, I don't remember if I told y'all, this is a knife that they issue you in Navy BUDS training. BUDS is what Navy SEALs go through for their basic underwater demolition training. This is what they issue while you're in BUDS. The knife that they issue you once you're an official Navy SEAL, though, a lot of people and a lot of Navy SEALs will use the Ontario Navy MK2 knife by Ontario, which I think I already said that, but every military branch has their own choice of knives for their field soldiers to carry. Like, I heard in the Army, soldiers in the field, the knife of choice when it comes to a folder knife is actually a lot of soldiers carry Benchmade Griptilians. And that's my next knife I'm going to get. Because I can't believe the Griptilian's been around since 2001 is when it was introduced to the market. But that's all I have to say about this video. I hope, again, bear with me if you're watching this video once I upload it. Let me know in the comment section if I need to re-record this video. I think it turned out good, but I'd like to hear y'all's input. So, until next time, I'm Modoc Bass Reaper, and see y'all in the next video.